I tested this out and I had to make a video about it immediately. This is ChatGPT's 4.0 image generation model. They just released it. It's available now on the $20 a month ChatGPT plan. And it is the best image generation model that has ever been released. The massive breakthrough that this model accomplishes is it's able to add a text to images. It's able to spell things correctly, like 99.5% of the time. Almost every time I've tried it, it's spelling things correctly, it sizes them correctly. That is amazing. And as you can see here, this just simple prompt, generate an infographic explaining that ChatGPT's image generator can add text correctly to images, which is revolutionary. I didn't even spell this correctly in my prompt, and it generated text here that was accurate, and it had an image that made sense. Just everything about this is really cool. So the next thing that makes this model really powerful is the ability to chat with the model and make edits. So here I said, okay, I want to actually make this a 1-to-1 ratio, so a square. It just figured out what I meant by that. It took everything that was here and it put it into that 1-to-1 ratio. Then I said, make a second infographic that goes with this and gives 3 use cases. So basically, it's able to take this as the template and then make another image completely. So use cases for adding text to images, social media posts, marketing material, educational content. Amazing. And then it even created little icons next to it. So like, this is incredible. I think this is going to disrupt tools like Canva. Like, this is amazing. And I think maybe there's going to be some future where there's this, and then you can tweak it even a little bit with updating the text potentially manually, but in most cases, it's not even necessary. And I bet with some more prompting and learning how to use the model, we're going to be able to get this even better. So in this video, I'm going to go through a few use cases of this model, and let's learn together. This model was just released, and let's see how well it does. The first one I'm going to do is Instagram ad or Facebook ad generation. So here we're going to make an e-commerce ad. I just attached an image of this Brightland olive oil. So all I did was just go to Google, download this image. This isn't even like the most high quality image, so we'll see how it does. And then I said, generate a Facebook ad using this image, highlight the fact that the quality is amazing and California made. So in this first generation, I'm not even going to give it any style recommendations. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So I'll pause the video and let it generate. It does take a little bit longer than other image generation models. Okay, interesting. So it's going to start with the Facebook ad copy. Let's see what happens here. So probably because I said generate a Facebook ad using the image, it doesn't know that I want an image. So what I'm going to say is, let's use elements of this copy and turn it into an image ad with a 1-by-1 ratio. So you kind of have to prompt it specifically to generate an image. But this could be helpful because it's going to basically, it has some context that it came up with for copy. So now it's getting started. One thing to note, if you're wondering if you are on this new model, first of all, if you're not impressed with the results, if the text isn't working correctly, you're not on the new model. It does take a little bit longer to generate. So if it does that, you're not on the new model. And then it's going to reveal the image from the top to bottom. So it starts kind of with this blurriness, and then it's going to start revealing from the top to the bottom. So I'll pause the video and let it finish the generation. So here's the image it generated. Taste the golden state in every drop. This is pretty amazing. It says California made, which I wanted. It highlights the product. If we zoom in, like, it got Brightland, however you say it, correct, which is really the most important thing because that's what people are going to see if it's an ad. If you zoom in, it looks like there is slight typos here. Again, I wasn't using the most high quality image. You can see it was kind of blurry to start with, so maybe that would not happen, but like, the design is there. Like, it's pretty unbelievable. So this would be an ad that, like, if you have an e-commerce product, you immediately have an ad. Let's try something a little bit different. So now what I'm going to say is now generate an image for an ad of a woman pouring olive oil on their salad. Include the same text about California made. So let's send this away. Now I wonder what I could do is test, and like it might be better to start from scratch and have it do this from scratch because it's a different design, or maybe it'll do it fine. I'm not sure. In some other models, you kind of get some degradation as you go through the chat, but maybe ChatGPT doesn't. So I'll pause the video and let's see what it comes up with. All right, so here's what it generated. Again, pretty amazing. My mind is kind of being blown every time I'm seeing this because to me this is kind of like a ChatGPT moment where like when they first released the chatbot with just text and it was amazing. This is kind of that next level because it is really solving a real problem and it actually is good and good quality. Now, the one issue here is the top is still on, and I don't think that is how it actually pours, but every other aspect of this is really good. Like it really looks like a good person. The hand is realistic. The salad looks realistic. Like this is good. So why don't we try to make that one edit and see if it can remove the top of the bottle. So I'm gonna say keep everything the same except remove the top part of the bottle. So the bottle looks open when pouring. So let's see, this is kind of a good test to see if it's able to make these more fine-tuned edits that we would want to do. Now, of course, we could always go back and try again, but give it a little bit more detail in the initial prompt, but I'm curious how it is able to do with these kind of fine-tuned edits. Okay, so that did not work. I'm wondering if I need to be more specific. So I'm going to say brown cap part of the bottle. So the bottle is open. This is very important. So I'll try one more time. I'll pause the video. Like it does take some time every time I do this edit. So this is something that, interestingly, Google has a model which you can try out at ai.dev. It's the the Flash 2.0 experimental model. It is a really good image model. Not as good as this. Like, it can't put the text on like this. But for edits like this, it just takes like less than 10 seconds to generate. This takes more like 30 seconds to a minute to generate. Like, it does this and then it goes, and that makes a big difference for editing. So just something to think about. I hope that Google's model either is able to start including text like this, or this gets faster, especially for these edits. But again, that's just nitpicking. Like it's still amazing, but just thinking about what this is going to look like in the future. So it was generated, and this time it actually did it. So it was just being more specific about exactly what I wanted, and it worked. Now, yeah, that's pretty amazing. Okay, so we have this Brightland ad. Let's try another product. So here we are again, and we're going to generate an ad for this product, for these chips. And all I did was go and screenshot an image of the product. And then again, for the first one, I'm just going to be really generic and say, generate an image for an awesome ad highlighting these chips and how delicious they are and highlight how they are grain-free. So again, I'm not being specific. And of course we can do that. And we'll do that in the next one. But I just want to see what this does out of the bat and like how creative it can be with just a very generic prompt here. So while it's doing that, I'm in another tab and I'm going to use the same image and say, generate a magazine style ad image from the 60s promoting these chips. So let's see how it does with that prompt as well. So I'll go back and show you both once they're generated. Okay, so here's image one. This is the more generic prompt that I gave it. And again, I'm really impressed. This could be used in an ad. It got all of the most important things correct. Again, it's getting some of the really small text incorrect if you zoom in here, but again, it was blurry to start with, so I think that might be part of it. But again, in an ad, you're just going to see the most important things there. So this is what I generated for the magazine ad. This is pretty awesome as well. The only issue is it's getting cut off, and this is a known issue that ChatGPT mentioned in their blog post, that sometimes this happens. So what I'll do is I'll just say, generate again, ensure all text is visible in the image. So let's see if it's able to fix that just by tweaking it. But like overall, I can see this is really good. I like how it created this like 60s style model, classic flavor, grain-free goodness. Overall, I really like it. So here's what it generated again. Just to show you what I did, I started a new chat. It said it wasn't able to due to an error, and then I just said try again. And we are getting the same issue. So I wonder with this prompt of magazine style ad image, we would want to make this a different ratio. So I'll try that one more time to see if that solves it. But this does seem to be a little bit of an error just right now. And this is why you need to try it out for yourself and see which prompts work better than others. So I'm going to ask it to do one more thing. So I'll say update the ratio size of the image to a magazine ratio size. So let's see if that solves it. So it's kind of expecting it to be like more of a magazine because I used that word, and then it's doing it in a square by default. And I don't know if that's going to solve it or not, but let's try. And then I'm going to go back and do one more product. So here I'm doing one more product, which is designing a Facebook ad for these Warby Parker sunglasses. Have a model wearing the sunglasses. So here I can see it's generating. It already knows what the logo of Warby Parker looks like. And it's generating it here. I can also see this is going to be taller. So if I go back, we can see here that update the ratio of image to magazine size. This is taller as well. So hopefully this one is going to work out well for us too. So I'll pause the video and I'll let you know when both of these are finished. So here's the Warby Parker ad that it just generated, and pretty amazing. Warby Parker sunglasses. It put it on a model. It looks realistic. It's really pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. This one is still generating. Interesting how it's taking a little bit longer, but we can see that this did seem to solve it. So hopefully it gets all of the text correctly on the bottom. But overall, it is okay. Here we go. It finished it, a new crunchy treat, and it included all of the text in it. And the spacing maybe could be improved a little bit here, but overall, really, really good. And yeah, this is this is usable as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick tutorial of the new ChatGPT image generation model and how to use it to generate product ads. I think this is one of the best use cases. In future videos, we might cover other use cases like infographics or posters or different things like that. But I think ads is just a really great use case. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get more content like this for free. Leave a comment below if you want to learn anything new, anything that you want us to cover in future videos. Let us know. And click the link in the description to go to No Code MBA. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, you're going to love No Code MBA. It is an in-depth learning platform where you'll learn from industry experts how to build apps, websites, and automations from start to finish with easy to follow video tutorials. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.